For all my ladies out there that are avid sports fans like me, we have the network for you. That's right. The ladies of Unwrapped are here, and you can follow us at the ladies of USN, brought to you by Unwrapped Sports. And stay tuned for Unwrap This panels. The natural born killer himself, Carlos Condit, uses rxhemp.com CBD products for recovery, and it just so happens that Unwrap Sports has a new partnership with RX Hemp. We are giving away 4 CBD creams. That's right, warm therapy and cold therapy out for you guys throughout the month of August. So please follow at Unwrap Sports and also at Fights Unwrapped.
Hey,
Hey,
can you
okay.
hear me?
Okay, yeah, we're good. Welcome, everybody, to a special Quarantine Love Fight Companion because this is a different kind of fight companion. We're covering for the first time Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, Season 4, Week 1. This is it. This is the premiere of the season. I'm so excited. We just have our two fighters walking in. The first bout will be Jose Luke Flores. He calls himself Luke, so like don't get confused. Same guy he is. I believe. Let's see. 9-1 his record. And we got his opponent, Jordan Leavitt, who's about to enter the ring, according to what I see. We call him the Monkey King for a reason. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He is 6-0, and I feel like I'm like Bruce Buffer saying all this. I swear. Like, I have that kind of, in my head, that kind of standard. So, Jose Luke Flores, he is fighting from Mission, Texas. So represent in terms of these two. I'll talk a little bit about what they're both known for. I know for Flores, he's known for his submissions. He had about 5 submissions in his pro career so far, 3 KOs or TKOs. So that's obviously this fight is already going to be amazing. And then you have the Monkey King Jordan Leavitt. He has also 4 submissions. That's right. He's undefeated. Remember, guys, 4 submissions and 2 decisions. So I mean, it'd be funny if these two went to the ground. That I think definitely, Flores is probably going to try to keep this a standing fight. And by the way, this is a lightweight belt. Okay, so first fight on the card. Woohoo! So excited. That's right. And this
What
fight is about to go down. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
what's happening on your screen?
Just waiting for the fight to start. Tail the tape is happening right
Okay.
now. That's right. Height advantage pretty much the same. Flores has like a 1 inch height advantage, and the reach advantage. Flores has 2 inches on Jordan Leavitt, the Monkey King. So I'm excited to see what these two have because they're pretty much gonna leave it all in the octagon right now.
All right, the
Okay.
fight has just started for me.
Yep. Same here.
Okay.
Okay, so Flores is in the gray trunks. You have Leave It in the blue. Some light kicks already from Flores. And already Leave It tries to go down for is a single leg, if I'm not mistaken, babe.
Yeah, so it looks like
Takedown.
Flores is trying to go for a Kimura.
Oh, you already knew that. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh god, so it was a single leg takedown attempt. And obviously I was surprised
Oh,
that he
he's
was just
picked
gonna
him
go
up.
this route.
Is he
Okay.
gonna try to slam him? Yeah, nice slam. He's going for it again.
I'm just gonna have to restart mine real quick.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to
All right.
let's go take the lead in the ship right
So
now.
I
Yeah.
guess leave it went for a single leg, and then Flores sort of countered with a Kimura attempt, and then when he went for that attempt, Leave It sort of picked him up and slammed him to try to get him to let go, and it worked. So right now, Leave It is in Flores' full guard.
Okay. I mean, here's my thing. Why would you? I mean, I guess he's really, I guess, confident. That's probably the right word in his ground game because obviously his
Yeah.
opponent has actually has more history pulling off submissions than him. So I mean, it's quite gutsy. Kind of
Flores
like
has
that.
more submissions.
Well, no, Leave It has 4 submissions, and then you have Luke Flores who has 5 submissions. So and like 3 KOs and TKOs, which is why I'm really surprised at this. I mean, maybe he can turn it around on the ground. Like I said, I'm just restarting mine right now, and maybe. I mean, I don't know what's happening right now, babe.
Same thing. They're in the same position.
Oh,
Leavitt's in
okay.
his full guard. He's just trying to pass, but
Yeah.
Flores is defending well, and they're just
Okay.
sort of
So
holding each other right now.
right now, I'm gonna say this because I'm pretty much just reiterating what the boss Dana White says all the time. You really have to leave it in the ring, like, and if you wanna get that contract right now, you have to get that submission. You have to go for that knockout because he's just not gonna be impressed. And honestly, if you watch the
Yeah.
other seasons, he will not sign certain fighters because it was just either too uneventful or that he doesn't
Leavitt's
think they're
jiu-jitsu prowess
ready.
is showing right now too.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a really nice guard pass, and now he's sort of going for a guillotine, but he's pretty much reversed the positions. And now they're up. He's going
Yeah.
for the single leg off the cage,
Thank goodness.
and
He's
Flores
no
pulls
offense,
guard again.
I love BJJ. It's just that like I just want something to happen. That's significant because you have about 5 minutes. So it's the same rules: 3 rounds, 5 minutes. And if it goes to decision, you don't want it to go to decision this time. It's not about the judges. It's all about Dana White and what he thinks.
Yeah.
Is this fight interesting right now? If I was I'd be like kind of because it's cool to see the technique, right? But then here's my thing. Like it's cool to see the technique coming from Jordan Leavitt. Obviously 4 submissions is pretty much his bread and butter.
Yeah,
Right.
but Flores
And
is not
he's
helping by just constantly pulling guard like that.
right. And then but at the same time Leavitt is 6-0, and I bet you. And I watched a couple of his fights. A lot of it was just kind of pure domination. But then you're going against someone who clearly has had submission victories himself in his pro career, right? And also
Yeah.
KO and TKO ones. And so I guess for me right now, Jordan Leavitt is obviously really impressive. His technique, it's just not as eventful as I would want it to be personally, just because you got someone who's kind of defending but not defending well. And
Yeah.
I need more from that. Like I guess, like, no offense to anybody who thinks I'm coming off like really
Arm
harsh.
triangle. You got the submission. Beautiful.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. Okay. I see you. We got what, 4 minutes? Oh, splits.
He's doing the worm now.
Did not see. Oh. Okay. You got moves. So you got the worm going on. Oh, he's having so much fun. I need that pantsuit. That is totally my color. Anyways, so if anyone does not know what's going on, Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series Season 4, Week 1 has just started, and the first fight is over in less than 5 minutes. You had 45 seconds left in there. Obviously, throughout the entire matchup, at least for what I saw, Leavitt, from the takedown, he was just dominating on the floor, and then pretty much just shows how great his skills are, BJJ wise. And then he got that submission. What's that called again, babe?
Arm triangle.
And then you lead into the worm and the splits. Arm triangle. I haven't seen many of those. Maybe obviously I don't train or anything. I just go by what I see during the fights. Speaking of which, there are fights coming up this Saturday. That's right. We got Derek Lewis. He's facing against Alexei Olenek, so that's exciting. That heavyweight matchup. You got a BJJ specialist, and then you have, the infamous Derek Lewis, who has that knockout power when you least expect it. Now, obviously, once this fight is over, I have a special announcement to make, and I'm sure you guys are tuning in right now. I have 2 of my friends. They have amazing businesses, services, so I'm going to shut them out right now. The first one is Grapple app, the jiu-jitsu game. You can find it on Google Play right now. I know they're probably working out the kinks, eventually going to Apple and online as well. I know, Viv, you tried it before too. So basically the premise of the game is to, increase your knowledge and learning of jiu-jitsu. That's pretty much what it is. Eventually it will have a multiplayer function as well online, and obviously when they decide to work out the kinks and move that towards Apple as well. So keep it locked for that. Grapple app, the jiu-jitsu game. Now I obviously want to plug in their social media, so you can add at Grapple app Game. That's literally what it is. At Grapple App Game. That's their Twitter handle. You can look at that and add them up. So basically, this app is what, only 2 years old, which is impressive. Made by one man. That's right. And it's the world's first in-depth tactical jiu-jitsu game, and still the only one. No gi and Luda Libre as well. So, all right. So that's the first plugin I had to make. The second one, obviously, is my dear friend Nick Sampson. He came up with this company for MMA gear, and let me tell you, that's some really good quality MMA gear. You know, people like Jamal Emmers would know about it because he's sponsored by HKA. So shout out to HKA. You can also follow them on Instagram at HKA_USA, and that also on Twitter. Now, the great thing about HKA USA is that throughout the month of August, they're actually having an awesome package deal. For $100, you get both the gloves and the shins, which is a savings of $60, by the way, all throughout the month of August. So please check out hkausa.com. All right. Great deals, by the way. I already told you, man. We'll get your brother like one of the gloves. So, and obviously the Grapple app, I can't wait for that to come out on Apple. I would love to learn more about Jiu-Jitsu myself.
Yeah, I tried it out. It seems pretty fun. It's almost like a turn-based game, but against like a CPU. It's like you just choose whatever move you would counter with, and then it just shows you like a video of a tutorial on how to do the move. It's really interesting. I haven't seen anything like that before.
There you go. All right. So now, speaking of which, we're fast forwarding back to Dana White's Contender Series right now. Jordan Leavitt is on the broadcast studio. That's right. He's doing an interview, just recapping, you know, obviously his performance right now.
Yeah, that was a beautiful arm triangle.
Now I recognize it. Like, I just haven't seen many of it like that.
Yeah, the way he pulled it off, he was like almost in his like half guard still, so it's harder to do it that way. So that was really impressive.
There you go. Obviously, our reporter right there was impressed by his dance moves. That was very surprising and definitely going to be talked about online. And I'm jealous, man. Like I used to know how to do a split, so I was like, man, he just did it like right there and then. And so he looks like he's a lot of fun. You know, so I hopefully Dana White does grant him that UFC contract. I think he probably will. Now, because it's a submission and he did it in the first round, which is like ridiculously impressive, you know, something that probably if you watch the earlier matches or the earlier minutes, you might not think it was going to go down that way, but he pulled it off in the first round. So I'm thinking, yes, sir, he's going to get that UFC contract. Now,
I agree.
to the next fight, right? I know you and your VJ got JJ Cutts like, oh my god, of course they are, all of them, of course they are. So, speaking of which, we're moving on to the next fight. That's also flag. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait for this fight because flyweights are here. I'm so excited about that. I'm gonna change everybody's mind. Okay. Flyweights are here to stay. They have so much power and they're super fast. You got Luis Rodriguez, that's right. People call him Lazy Boy, but he's definitely not lazy in the octagon. 11-1, and then he's facing off against Jerome Rivera, and we call him the Renegade for a reason. Now he is 9-2. So speaking of which, babe, you're gonna love this one. Both men have a history of submissions, and especially Jerome Rivera with 7 submissions out of the 9 that he won. You know, so that's obviously
they showed some of his highlights. He had a monster mounted triangle. Yeah, he looks like he's got some really good skills.
We'll see it tonight. But however, Lazy Boy Rodriguez, 5 KOs and TKOs. So, you know, maybe he's going to keep that standing. I already know the game plan when it comes to Jerome Rivera. You know, if that's the case for him. He had no KO and TKO victories. So, you know, of course, I believe he's probably going to try to take Lazy Boy to the ground. And this should be interesting. I love watching flyweights go at it. Just because they're super fast and it's always fast paced with them. All right. So we have our esteemed commentators, right? Paul Felder over there as well. So it's really interesting to see how like they're not totally at the stadium. And I cannot wait. If you want to see the betting odds, Rodriguez is the underdog with plus 225, and the Renegade Rivera is the favorite with minus 265. Well, I don't blame them. Okay, with 7 submission wins, obviously 9-2, impressive. But obviously Rodriguez too with that record, I can't ignore that. That's like what's called 11-1, impressive as well. So one of them, I believe, is Rodriguez. He's fighting out of Veracruz, Mexico, and then we have the United States, New Mexican, Santa Fe, native the Renegade Rivera. So yeah, 125 pounds. You got 5'10" versus 5'6", so there is quite the height advantage there or the reach advantage as well for the Renegade Rivera, and he is the favorite going into this matchup. So I cannot wait to see what is gonna win over, because I believe it's gonna be either standing up or someone's gonna win on the ground. And I think I know who is gonna win, but all that
Whoa.
matters
Uh-huh.
right now. Sorry, what are you
I
saying?
didn't know. So apparently, Demonte Robinson missed weight on his first attempt, right here, and he cut off all his hair on the second attempt.
That I did not see. I knew he missed weight though. That's why there's the main event is scrapped for that. So that's a new main event coming up.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
Now you have, babe.
Dedication. That's the dedication.
All right, so there's obviously a trailer going on. We got Luis Rodriguez in his native language talking about how he wants to be a fighter, and then this is Jim as well. The association, by the way, is, I can't even pronounce that. You could probably pronounce that better, babe, because I believe that's Spanish. And also for Rivera, he is with Destroya MMA, Lutrielli MMA as well. So that's what his associations are. No, New Mexico. That's right. Mexico and New Mexico. Let's see who's going to win. Okay. So I want to believe that there's always going to be an upset, right? And with flyweights, so far, at least in the UFC, not many upsets going on, especially lately with the new champ being Davison Figueiredo. He was a huge favorite in the first matchup with Joseph Benavidez, and also obviously in the second matchup, which just happened recently. So again, people that are watching, you got Rodriguez a little bit emotional talking about his heroes, and then you cut to the favorite Jerome Rivera. I feel like I've probably seen both these fighters before in certain organizations, especially in the pro careers. I don't know why they look familiar at that point. The last time also that Luis Rodriguez actually fought was not too long ago. It was at Valentine's Day. I know. Lux Fight League. I know that league very, very well, and he won by TKO, elbow style. That's what I'm talking about. One of my favorite, ways of getting a TKO. And also for the Renegade Rivera, he also fought not too long ago, January 17th, 2020, this year at LFA 80 Garcia versus Mariscal. And he won by submission, obviously triangle choke, which is not a surprise for him at all. He won in the second round, actually, with 4:12 to go. When it comes to Rodriguez, he won also in the second round at a minute 35 left. So really impressive from both fighters. Usually Lazy Boy weighs in at 135, so I'm sure he just cut down, because I can see from the weigh-ins he definitely did. And then the Renegade is at 125, and he is lanky for 125 for sure. 5'10" for 125. Like can you believe that? Like, not even UFC is
Wow.
more like that. Yeah, go ahead and search up. Like, maybe the tail of the tape might lie a few inches or whatever, but it happens all the time. Now, obviously they're playing this promo a lot, because that first fight, by the way, if anyone missed that, it was Jordan Leavitt versus Jose Luke Flores, and Leavitt just showed the world why he's undefeated, and he's undefeated mostly by submissions. So his BJJ game was textbook. Obviously, he won in the first round with 45 seconds to spare, and he won that via, is it arm triangle? If I'm not mistaken, arm triangle choke, triangle choke. Oh gosh,
Yeah.
hey, you gotta
Yeah.
fill in. You gotta fill in with the terminology, man. Like I know how it looks like. Anyways, all right. So we got Drone Renegade coming in hot, literally just like take off the hat, strip off the freaking hoodie. Oh, he's ready to go. Okay, somebody wants their UFC contract real bad right now. So I personally, I don't know why. As much as I love seeing submissions, I would love to see the striking from Luis Rodriguez. Like that's where he thrives, and so I would love to see that. Laura Sanko, obviously providing the best commentary. I always loved her in Dana White's Contender Series. And that's her promo that my snip mother made. You're so talented, babe.
Oh, I know.
This is what I have to deal with, people. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding at the same time. All right.
Who are you picking to win this fight? I think I'm gonna go with Rivera.
I mean, you and your BJJ background, of course you're gonna go with Rivera. No, I'm kidding. It's also he has back-to-back wins, 6 wins by submission, and that's not easy to pull off. And literally, if you guys look online with Tapology or SureDog, that's what I'm using right now. With all the submissions were either round 2, round 1. Very very impressive. Obviously, not waiting till the end to complete that finish. All right. No, that is a mean mugging face if I ever saw one. Please, Lazy Boy Rodriguez just entered in. Wait, oh, I thought he was from Veracruz, but it's Chiapas, Mexico is probably where he's fighting from right now. So, all right. Both these men look like really hungry. I'm excited for this matchup. Like I said, flyweights, I feel like they have a lot more to prove because like they're trying to. There's so much opportunity in flyweight right now, but that's the problem is because like they have to convince the UFC, they have to convince the fans that flyweights are exciting. And honestly, with these two, it looks like it's going to be scrappy. So I'm excited to see. I guess I'm trying to think right now because Rodriguez, like I could tell he's usually a bantamweight. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Something about his stance right now, is showing me that he's usually a bantamweight. So we'll see how that prevails because this is, a weight class below him. Also, and they just gave a few stats on the Mexican fighters in the UFC right now. So maybe he'll be able to join that, but we shall see. His head hanging low.
5'6" versus 5'10".
I told
That
you that like
flyweight.
2 minutes ago.
I know. I'm just saying. It just still baffles me.
This is Max Holloway versus Alex Volkanovski.
65-inch reach to 72-inch reach.
Yeah, buddy. Okay.
This plays out.
I told you, I didn't even know his reach advantage. I already knew he had a reach advantage because he was so lanky. And the controversial Herb Dean is our referee for this bout. I sound like somebody like that sounds like, Bruce Buffer. I wish I had the voice to do that kind of announcing. Honestly, I wish I did. So it's feeling each other out right now.
Yeah, Rodriguez is really trying to. No, Rivera, sorry, is really trying to use his reach and stay on the outside.
Great leg kicks, inside leg kicks. Rodriguez pressing forward though, obviously. So leg attempt by Rivera, and then Rodriguez answers by 2 strikes, but not much damage to both men right now. Attempted front kick, outside leg kick by.
And Rivera's got his back already.
He got his back because he was trying to do a kick as well. So Rivera has a oh dear goodness.
He's going for a real naked. Yet that was close.
That was close, but like obviously look at Rodriguez. He looks like he's super calm. He's not flustered whatsoever. I think he's like literally known that this fighter is probably going to go to the ground. Like I said.
Yeah, I mean, you could be calm, but that doesn't necessarily mean that how to defend. Yeah.
And 1
So
second, Rivera could totally just bring it back to his control and for that submission,
right,
rear naked choke attempt right there. He's still trying to do that, as you can
yeah,
see. Rivera, like,
he's,
Rodriguez.
mhm.
My thing for him, because like if I was him, I would try to move. There you go. He's starting to move.
Yeah, he's got a
Cross-side.
body triangle on him, so that's gonna be extremely difficult to turn into him.
He
And as
just
I
has
say
to
that,
be
he did it.
ready. Yeah.
Wow,
Woo!
incredible.
There you go. Points for
Well, he's
that.
about
Okay.
halfway. There we go. Yeah,
He like reversed it in a way. I don't know if that's the right terminology to use, but definitely it's now more in his favor, and he's more, he's out of that danger zone for just a little bit. But obviously Rivera wrapping his legs around him just
that's
like
the
a
pros and
spider.
cons of being tall and having long limbs. Like, there's a lot of
Yep,
space for your opponent to move.
that's right. I mean, that's totally John Jones' area, right there. The
So
way.
Rivera's still attacking positions from the guard.
Okay, I'm really impressed right now by
Me too.
Rodriguez because that is not easy, especially for someone who's known for his submissions.
Yeah,
And pretty much like I said, he was going to go to the ground, and I would love to see Rodriguez. I bet you like he can counter really well. Like I would love to see the striking. Go on, keep it on the feet. I want to see a little bit of that knees from Rivera, and now they're back. And they both try to kick each other at the same time. And obviously, Rodriguez, I don't know if he hit him or he just went down
yeah, it's
Rivera.
hard to tell. It looked like he sort of rocked him a little bit.
I need to see that replay because that looked really
Yeah.
close. Because it could be the same timing, which would have been more impact for Rivera, and that would make sense to try to take him down right now.
Yeah, I want this fight to go to the ground again. That was super exciting.
Strong clinch. For you, I kind of want to see it standing up just because, like, obviously, imagine if it goes to the ground. Looks like Rodriguez is he's calm. Like it makes me kind of like not worried that if he goes to the ground again, he's not gonna be able to at least reverse it or to have it his way. Look at that. Recently, it's almost a spinning back elbow attempt. That was exciting as well. So I guess I figured out Rivera's game really easily. I think anybody, even if I was a coach or something, like you should expect the man who's known for his 6 submissions back to back to go on the ground, against a striker who has like wins from different areas.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is I think that Rodriguez is definitely he's looking like a counter striker to me. Obviously, pressing forward would be Rivera, the submission artist. Yes, people, this is a flyweight belt. How exciting is this? That's what I'm talking about. All right, great kick. Obviously tripped Rivera.
Oh, now Rodriguez took him down. Beautiful trip.
Oh damn. Okay.
This is a super exciting fight.
Versatile. I love that.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. If you already know, I love these submissions. I love BJJ, but like the more versatile a fighter is, like you just already know that they're gonna be dominant. And look what's happening right now. He's turning this fight, this whole round.
Yeah.
Literally the last 2.5 minutes, he has turned it around, literally on the ground, and now he is on. Is it full mount, full guard? I don't know. Okay, and then ground and pound. That's what I was waiting for, like for a while now.
Yeah.
Moving is Rivera.
Super impressed by Rodriguez in this round.
Okay, maybe you can't complete in flyweight. You bantamweight, you know what I mean? So, if he wins this, I can't imagine that would be a great prospect to just keep tabs on, especially
Hell yeah, definitely.
Oh, Rivera, you gotta come up with another game plan, my dear, because we just figured you out. Like Rodriguez just figured you out.
Yeah.
It's just and by the way, obviously I don't train, but I can see how difficult some of these moves are, especially for UFC fighters that obviously are more skilled, and so they know what they're doing. They're faster than that, and so to pull off that kind of submission attempt, you know how tough it is for many fighters. They usually do tap. They usually don't react that way, but clearly Rodriguez did his homework, even though he's called Lazy Boy. So, I'm very impressed by that. And the most impressive part was obviously him reversing, on that, the takedown. So, and more, I want to see more of his hands for sure. Like I already said, like that looks impressive to me. Ground and pound. Luckily for freaking Rivera, he is lanky and he can keep moving his legs. You know? Definitely an advantage for him. All right, round 2. Front leg kick by Rivera. clearly I understand who the counter striker is right now, trying to pick his shots right now. His overhand left is dangerous, man. I was like,
I was about to
holy,
say that.
I heard that. Caught his leg. Obviously overhand right there from Rodriguez. More kicks, obviously, to Rivera. I think I know what he's trying to do. Press forward and then take down. Like, literally timed that perfectly because I wanted to see if I could, like, predict it, and I feel like I did. So.
Yeah, the speed of Rodriguez is incredible. He's got like Cody Garbrandt speed on him. No, Rodriguez in the striking.
Oh, in the striking. Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta, because, like, obviously Rivera is really fast as well, moving forward, pressing forward with those kicks and that takedown attempt. I want to see, boy, how's your cardio? Like, I want to see Rivera's cardio. You already know. Like, this man looks like he can go for days. He looks like an Energizer Bunny. But my concern for this fight so far is that obviously Rivera's landing more strikes because he's done more, in these 2 rounds. And the thing for me is that Rodriguez, it's the same notion that I said in the last few fight nights and fight companions that we have done. If you are on the shorter receiving end of the stick in terms of this fight, you have to just move forward. You just have to keep moving forward, and then that those strikes are going to be significant. And you just have to keep following up on that. Like, I understand Rivera is very dangerous. He can take you down pretty much at any position at any time. However, the only way you're going to win this, because obviously right now, I feel like I don't know if he's going to submit him. I don't feel confident in
beautiful takedown defense by Rodriguez right there.
Oh, yeah. I have confidence in his takedown defense, but I don't have confidence right now. If you're in the clinch right now, I would elbow him. Like, obviously Rivera reversed it like a pro.
Yeah.
And now again got another reversal right now. But I would literally just stay busy, body shots, elbows. If I was Rodriguez, but Rivera has him locked up in where he wants him to be. So I think that Rodriguez should stay busy, but because we're like halfway throughout the second round now, so it's like it's getting to crunch time.
Incredible takedown by Rodriguez. Wow.
I love when they stab him.
Wow, he's turning this fight around.
I would ground and pound. Like, this is what I wanted Rodriguez to do, but obviously, Rivera is quite the specialist. He was trying to, move clockwise, but then I don't know. I guess Rodriguez kind of had him on the back. He's slipping off. Obviously, it's a weird position right now.
Yeah, Rivera underhooked his leg so he could slip him off. That was.
See, like,
now he's going. He might be going for the armbar. Yeah. It's kind of an awkward position to go for it, but he could still pull it off.
There's not enough room for me.
Yeah, because now when he's up against the cage like that, he can't fully extend his back. But if he can sort of adjust the position, he might be able to get it.
Well, at least he's doing more. Okay. He's in kind of a position, but it's not like fully extended.
Yeah. Good idea. He's throwing down elbows now. Can't get the submission and start attacking.
It's like, he's busy. This is how you're gonna win. You're gonna wear him down. Man, I bet you it's hurting him right now. All those elbows, and like, it's definitely, especially because he's also really tired.
Even his neck, it's still hard to breathe because he's got his legs wrapped around his entire neck.
He's turning purple. I see, like, you see in his back.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Oh, we might just put someone to sleep right there. Squeeze those legs. That's right. All your workouts are going to be paying off if this happens right now. Really great grip on the on the triangle. Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, looks like he's going to give up the position and try to get up. Yeah.
I mean, he's not going down with the fight. It's like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Like, it reminds me of that. When it came to Woodley and how, like, remember him in the guillotine attempt from Woodley, and like, he just didn't go to sleep. I was like, what the hell? And that just reminds me of that. I personally think that maybe that angle wasn't completely correct. So, like, almost spinning back fist by Rodriguez, by Lazy Boy. Can't be lazy right now, man. You got 15 seconds on the second round. You literally have to finish him or submit him in order to win, in my opinion. Maybe I'm a little bit harsh, but if you look at the significant strikes, who stayed busy. Obviously, there was an attempt there. Oh, well, there you go.
Who do you think took that round?
It's close, but I think
It is
that
close.
Rodriguez edged out because of that
Yeah,
last attempt. Did he rock him?
I think so. He got him right in the chin, and that's when he went down. God, that takedown was amazing. He dropped him almost on his head.
I think
He
okay.
got
This is what I think.
incredible leverage.
If Rodriguez wins, because I might be pulling off for the upset right now, just because
Me
like he
too.
might
Yeah,
he might just squeeze by it with those reversals, takedown attempts of himself, obviously submission attempts,
Mhm.
and his strikes actually land, and they make more impact than Rivera's punches, and he has quite the chin over there. If I
yeah,
was Dana White, I would sign him to a developmental contracts. I feel like this kid right here, like he just needs to hone in and be more
yeah.
aggressive. You know what I mean? And just like push forward, like because he has so much potential. And
Both
like
of
no
them
offense
did.
to Rivera. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, but like I
that's the
said,
thing
I
about
feel like
these like contender series fights. Is that they just pit like the best prospects against the best prospects against each other.
this is good. This might be fight of the night for me. I know I'm saying this early, but
Yeah,
guys,
I
flyweights know
agree.
how to do it right. Okay,
Hmm.
they know how to do it right. Always fast pace right there. If Rodriguez wins, for me, it's because like he's the more versatile fighter. You see like
Yeah,
Rivera. Like I don't get me wrong, love the kicks, okay, love the submission attempts, but you just have one dimension to your game. Look
hmm,
at this man figured you out in 30 seconds in the first round. So how are you gonna fare against the best of the best in the UFC, especially in flyweight? Don't underestimate
yeah.
flyweights. It's quite the competition there. Even though for Figgy, he's on another level. All right. So more leg kicks by Rivera. I mean, come on, Rodriguez, you gotta stay busy. Okay, clinch, fine. You gotta stay busy there. If I was his coach, I would just like, you know what, do everything and everything right now. Like he can definitely do some body shots right now, but he's trying to go for that takedown. I guess he's confident either to submit him or to get that ground and pound TKO victory. It's this is a very very technical matchup. Like you see a
Incredibly.
lot of styles. Look at that.
Yeah.
That was if Rivera wins this because he
Rivera.
pretty much
Mhm.
that's
Rivera's
the
in a
mistake
position to
right
get a
there.
triangle if he lifts his left leg up. Yeah,
Is he
Rodriguez is
tired
in
though?
danger right there. I think he recognizes it. Yeah, and he's pulling away.
Definitely, Rivera looks like obviously a little tired. Okay, let's just be honest right now,
Yeah,
and like he couldn't like pull that off right away. And I know who the tired fighter is right now. So if you have 3 minutes, lazy boy, to actually do something right now, because if this is going to decision, I'm not confident at all when it comes to the judges for sure, and something like this. All right, so
do you know how many
Rodriguez
people
has
get
his back.
contracts?
Depends on the season.
Hmm.
Last season was very, very like Dana White was very stingy, and towards the end of the season, more people got more contracts. But I would
Hmm.
stand him up, boy. Come on, or like
Has a loser ever gotten a contract?
say that again.
Has like a loser of a fight ever gotten a contract?
And not at that moment, but eventually the UFC does call them up.
Hmm.
So eventually, yes, but not at that moment, not from the show.
So they're back up
2
now.
minutes. All right.
Yeah,
Great striking from Rivera, staying busy. This is what I wanted for the little man over there, but like I get where he's coming from. Like I understand his game plan. Like obviously he's trying to pick his shots, but like too little, too late sometimes. Great
yeah.
overhand left. Like that's like if he wins like that overhand left is gonna be like the death of a lot of people. Okay. Of
So
course,
now
another
Rodriguez is
takedown
in.
answer. Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Is he full guard? Right now?
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Stay busy. Stay. Oh, obviously, like Rivera's trying to, trap his arm. You can still stay busy. You can still definitely. There
Yeah.
you go. Move, and then I would definitely throw the elbows. I'll throw anything and everything. Watch your feet, both of you. Don't touch the cage. I hate when that happens. Honestly, I know I have like these pet peeves. Just go. There you go. you need okay. His stupid long legs are the things that are like really just like making it hard for him. Okay, he got his back. Okay, there you go. He's always gonna slip up because Rivera's a pro. I would just collect him and start pounding away, but you know, I ain't Rodriguez right here. There you go. Okay, clinch again. Like, do you know how many opportunities that I feel like this boy could have had to freaking like finish this fight? Not even joking right now. Like, I understand like y'all young and like you have so much to go. That's why, like I said, if he wins this, for sure, it's going to be, I would say, a developmental contract, or maybe they don't want to be like, nah, that's not good enough. No contract for you. Rivera hitting him with those elbows, definitely a few of them rocked him. Using his wrestling is Lazy Boy Rodriguez right now to trap those. Is he trying to go for 2 hooks? Before he was trying to do that, but then now he has his back.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the smartest way to end the round, because you know, like it's been a little bit even on both sides, so it's gonna be hard for the judges to score.
I'm trying to figure out what I think right now in terms of like, you know.
Yeah. Well, Rivera thinks he won.
Wins. You know, a lot of fighters are like that. They have to be. This was a great fight overall.
Yeah.
A lot of opportunities from the fighter who I think was clearly the better fighter, but so part of being the better fighter is not just the fact that you're well rounded. It's also, do you have the smartest fight IQ? No, he didn't in that fight. He clearly there's so many opportunities where he can ground and pound, you know, obviously showcase his power. You've seen his power. That left hook is freaking dangerous. Man rocked him like how many times? And then when you're in the clinch, when you're on the ground, you know, especially when you're full mount, like that's where you go and like you unload that energy because you've been trying to pick your shots the entire fight. So you literally have this gas tank still full, and then you have Rivera breathing out of his mouth, and I would have been like, okay, that's when I know he's tired. That's when I would have just like went at him with the elbows. But in the end, Rivera elbowed him. You know, obviously a lot of these like takedown attempts for both of them. Total strikes, Rivera. Control time, Rodriguez, which is but then the kicks go to Rivera. So this is going to be interesting. The takedowns are important, but I don't know, man. Certain judges don't care about no takedowns, okay? So
some of them do. A lot. Yeah.
I am disappointed, man. Like, you see this favorite go in, and he's just like the hype, okay? Everybody knows that, including Vegas. And then you have this underdog, a plus 225 underdog, and he has every, like, tool to win. But, you know, this goes to decision. I gotta want Lorosenko. Oh. The unanimous decision. Yep, I knew it was gonna go to Rivera. He should not get a contract.
I think...
I'm sorry. You go into this and Dana White knows the backgrounds of, and like obviously Sean Shelby and whoever it is, they know the backgrounds of all of these fighters going in. Rivera, you clear both these men disappoint me. Like literally, I'm not even being harsh. You're trying to put everything in the ring. You're supposed to be this submission artist. Obviously, this man kept reversing your submission attempts, you know, and you got tired, like, you know, during the 3rd round. You pretty much gave up as well. All clinch, not doing much. You know, elbows fine, but didn't happen that much. They stayed more busy during the first, you know, round, and so I am not happy with that. I know that for a fact, and mark my words, I'm gonna record this, or we're recording this anyways. We'll get that up on our YouTube channel, Quarantine Love. By the way, if you guys want to follow, it's just for fun. We just post our like fight companions. I'm telling you, Rodriguez is going to be back, okay? Because a fighter like that, if I was Dana White, I would not give up on a fight. That fighter's special. You don't see many fighters, especially, you know, younger and on the lower weight class, like reversing those submission attempts from someone who is like supposedly the king of that, you know, in that division himself with the reach advantage that Rivera has. That was just so impressive. 5'6", 5'10", 72 inches, like what, 65-inch reach. Like, you gotta be kidding me right now. So I would keep that lazy boy around, but you know, I would call him out for a fight for sure. He was just way more impressive.
Yeah.
So disappointing. Sorry. I don't even want to watch this interview. Like, what are you gonna say about that? Okay, fine. You had like your submission attempts, but he blew over them. Clearly you got rocked 1,000 times, but that didn't matter because he didn't have the opportunity, to capitalize on that like he should have with the ground and pounds and his elbows and the striking. And trust me when I say, if Rivera gets into UFC, one overhand left is going to knock him right out. So you know what? I'm a little harsh. Okay. All the Rivera fans, come at me. I'm sorry, I can't. He performed way better, and we've seen a lot of UFC fighters that have gotten in because of the show. They have performed way better than they did in Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. That's all I gotta say about that.
So I'd say it's way more likely that Leavitt is gonna get a that's his name, right? Leavitt or Levitt?
Leave it. It depends on, I guess, I think I say leave it.
Okay, Leavitt. So I think it's probably more likely that Leavitt will get a
I'm sorry.
get a contract.
It's the most frustrating thing as a fan, and I know that it's a different perspective when you're actually in the octagon, is seeing the holes and seeing the opportunities, and you're just kind of pulling your hair. It's the same thing as if you watch a basketball match, right? You see oh, you should have passed it to here, and then you would have gone the layup or the alley oop or the and one. That's the same thing for me, watching this fight when it comes to Rodriguez. But mark my words, he's gonna be back. And Rivera, I would never let's just say in flyweight the competition is fierce, okay, and just because you're really good with submissions, these UFC fighters will obviously reverse that. A lot of them are into BJJ as well, so you gotta watch your back if you actually do get into the UFC. But I wouldn't give him a contract. I mean, he's just saying I hope that was enough. I don't think it's enough. I'm gonna get so much hate people are watching this replay. Here's my thing, okay, people. If anyone does not know what Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series is, if you have to watch the other seasons, you will understand the level of competition and the standard that the UFC has. Especially over the years as the season progresses, even bigger expectations for a lot of these fighters. A lot of people have been watching their pro bouts for a couple years now. They've been following them. The scouts have been following them. So hey, that's all I gotta say about that. I said a lot about that.
So up next we got Medic versus Gonzalez.
Euros Medic versus Mikey Gonzalez. Okay, what do I have to say about that? Well, Medic, I would hope that you're going to put on a clinic for me today, because this man is undefeated with 5 wins. That's right. From Alaska, United States. Oh, just above Canada, by the way. So we're pretty much neighbors. This is a welterweight bout, and the height would be 6'1". All right. Now, speaking of his opponent has been there a little bit longer. At 34 years old, Mikey Roll Gonzalez comes from, somewhere near you, babe. San Jose, California. That represent from the West Coast. At 5'11", you clearly see a little bit of that height advantage. This is, again, a welterweight bout, and also a knockout artist. So this should be a little bit fun. All right, you got 1 submission win for Mikey Gonzalez, and then also 2 submission wins for Medic. So, really, really excited to see this matchup. Looking at Medic's past performances at AFC, which is Alaska Fighting Championship, he got the TKO in the first round. Wow, halfway throughout the first round. Okay, that's a little bit scary. I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm obviously cheering for the man up north from me. That's right, Alaska represent. And then his other wins were submission, TKO, submission. In the second round, I'm like, okay, this is why I love watching Dana White's Contender Series. Submissions conclude triangle chokes. That's his specialty. And obviously TKO, I can't wait to see that ground and pound myself. So Mikey Gonzalez has been in the game for quite a long time. He has 7 years on his opponent. And in terms of his wins, the last time he fought was last year in March. Gladiator Challenge, won guillotine choke, which is obviously my favorite submission, so that's exciting. And then he won a few decisions, but then before that, TKO, obviously round 1, which is very impressive. Every single time he's finished, it's been in round 1. Oh God. Like I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this fight. A lot
So
of
is it
sorry.
safe to say that I'm going to be cheering for Gonzalez and you're going to be cheering for Medic?
Canada represent, okay? Like Coastal Canada. Let's just say that's pretty much like another province to us, okay? Okay. So, oh, can you
Dave, you
believe
should
we
look at your
finally got
name.
two? Huh? Is this the? What are you doing right now? You trying to get me not riled up, man? I'm like so excited. This has been one of my favorite events to commentate, honestly, because these men are like there's so much to prove, and that's what I love to see. Our two fighters literally just knowing what's on the line, and they're going at it. And so that's my favorite thing to watch. Because in UFC, sometimes you'll see a lot of matchups where it's like, oh, I don't really care about this matchup. I just want to win. There's not much motivation there, so there you go. Can't wait. Welterweight belt. Will there be a new welterweight in the UFC? We shall see. I have a feeling it's going to be one of these men, especially with all the history, submission and knockout finishes. Like, I'm expecting to see a highlight reel right now. Yeah, I can see a lot of the motivation and the goals right there. Cool trailers, though. Shout out to whoever did that for UFC. But, like, you did it better, man. I love the
You're right.
promos you
You're
made.
right.
They're so cool.
Uh,
I remember when I saw it
I know.
yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, you're so talented.
I am. What can I say?
So, Mikey Gonzalez, you look like a little bit like Cub Swanson to me, my dear.
I
Like,
was thinking the
literally,
same thing.
of course, we were thinking the same thing. It's us, okay? You could be like Cub Swanson's cousin or something, you know? So, I'm just gonna move myself right here. And because my laptop is gonna die, I got so excited for this contender series, and like I'm so glad it's back. And hopefully nobody gets anything of a surprise.
Gonzalez is on a 4-fight win streak, 4 wins by knockout, and his background is jiu-jitsu and taekwondo.
Clearly.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so excited. Okay, say the sign of the cross because this is the most important fight of your life right now. Oh, because that's it. I'll say it for Medic. You can say that for Gonzalez, alright?
All right, here comes
So
Medic.
yes, that's one big head. He's coming in with authority. He's like, okay, this is my octagon. Step aside, people. This is my time to shine. Alaska is a state is a province too. I was gonna say that. Instead of a state, it's a province too. It's part of Canada. And look at Laura Sanko with obviously the background to these men. A lot of them look up to their family members as role models. Obviously.
Well, and Medic has a 100% finish rate in his 5 wins. Wow.
Come on. Come on.
Wow.
I'm not ready for this, okay?
I think it's clear to say who the favorite is.
He also spent apparently a month in Hawaii, according to Lorosenko, not just surfing but learning the arts of this right now. Cool ticker, babe.
Yeah. I made it blue.
DWTNCS. That's right. Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. Feels like a tongue twister, but I've just said it so many times that it's like really easy. Oh yeah, I'm locking eyes with him. Just like, you know what you gotta do. You know what you gotta do. Win it for Canada, man. Win it for Canada. All right, like I said, height.
So Mikey's a
reach
little bit
advantage.
shorter. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, reach advantage is 3 inches. Not that crazy. Both of them went down. They're both welterweights. Oh, this is interesting right now.
Wow.
Yeah, usually I looked at both their history. It was at welterweight. So okay. Oh, you see that right hand? Oh, he's ready. Gonzalez is ready to go. Round 1. I was gonna say, here we go, like that, but too late. They're feeling each other out. Great leg kick by Medic.
Yeah, you could already see the taekwondo from Gonzalez. He's got that like sort of side stance and throwing
Oh,
really
that
flashy
kick,
kicks.
that kick. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Woo! Another great kick by him. I miss Taekwondo now. Like, you just literally like bring back these memories. Look, they're literally trading. You do a kick, I'll do a kick. Okay, front kick, answer back with a kick. Like, it's literally like that. It feels like one of those. I like it.
I don't know how I feel about Gonzalez's boxing though, because he looks like he's a little bit timid with his hands. He's just purely relying on his kicks. Whenever Medic gets close, like it looks like Gonzalez sort of like I don't know, like freaks out a little bit.
This is what you know what I'm gonna say?
Yeah, there it is. Mm-hmm.
Gonzalez Karate Hottie for me. It literally reminds me of her. She literally is more about her kicks with that karate background.
Yeah.
Medic, jumps on the chance for that ground and pound, obviously. Oh,
and here's the jiu-jitsu of Gonzalez.
Yeah.
He might be going for a heel hook.
I don't think it's gonna be successful because
No, he
look
pulled
what
out.
Medic what he's doing. Yeah. Just keep moving, but there you go. Step out of it. Stand up.
Yeah, I think Medic really has to close the distance between them because that's where Gonzalez's weakness is, in my opinion.
But he wants Gonzalez to try to close the distance, and then he'll go for either mostly a really great punch to knock him down. You already know how the power that he already has.
There it is. That's that boxing by Medic. Drops him.
Oh.
Yeah, Gonzalez does not know how to use his hands properly. That might be over. There it is.
Great body shots, by the way, to the head. And we got a new lightweight. That's right. He said also if he wins this, he might go to featherweight in the UFC. So he's looking healthy though. Looking real healthy.
Yeah.
He might
I don't know if that's a good idea if he had such a good performance at lightweight.
Alaska represent. That's right, Medic. Euros Medic. Keep that name because you're gonna see him very, very soon in the UFC. Okay, I see you.
Yeah, that was the one hole in Gonzalez's armor. And yeah, just Medic just capitalized on it.
Let's just be blunt. Medic is the better fighter. Okay, overall,
yeah.
I understand there was a weakness going into the Gonzalez, but if he tried to close this, you already know Medic was gonna catch him, very, very easily and knock him down. Just the lives long. This kind of reminds me a little bit. You remember when John Jones, early 2000, he was just mauling guys like that. This reminds me of that just a little bit. Using his reach advantage, obviously kicks, just going unloading, constantly following up. This is what I'm talking about. Freaking textbook. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I will be cheering
for
you.
Well, Dana was impressed by that. You can see his reaction. He's got a 90% chance of getting a contract.
90, more like 99.9%. Okay. That was spectacular. And in the first round.
Yeah.
Oh, he's ready. He's ready. I love it. Okay, he has that personality, which is probably going to take him far, obviously, in the UFC. A lot of great rivalries I see coming up. Gonzalez, sorry, but Alaska wins today. 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Wow. Euros Medic. There you go.
Oh, Medic. Okay.
Oh, did he do the Bruce Lee? Did my heart just skip Bruce Lee right now? Y'all, okay, Bruce Lee is important to be in Appleman right here.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be Team Euros now, okay? He is just watch out, okay? Watch out. That is, and I want to say 6-0. 6-0. Okay, and he wins.
Yeah, you could see in the replay that Gonzalez's kicks were amazing, but the way he holds his hands up is just it wasn't correct at all. He just didn't know what he was doing.
No defense whatsoever.
Yeah. I first noticed it when Medic first closed the distance. Gonzalez just put his hands up out of desperation. He didn't really know what to do. He just sort of shelled up, and that's the first clear sign that he sort of lacks in experience there.
Well, I find that Medic is quite the counter striker too. When I look at his footage, obviously he had a few kicks himself, threw a few kicks, but then at the same time he waited till obviously his opponent tried to close the distance or like tried for that spinning kick, and he just went after him like he's supposed to. So Serbian fighters there, he joins the list, you know. So Dusko, Darko, Alexa, and Stefan Skillian. There you go. Serbia is in the house tonight, and I can't wait to see this interview right now. Urosh. I gotta say it correctly. So it looks like Dana was, saying he was kind of like gesturing that he was going to sign a check. So like obviously that is. Oh, Dana, he almost said that. He's like, this man, I gotta have him in the UFC.
It might, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the only one that gets a contract tonight out of the fights we've seen so far.
It depends how generous Dana White is tonight.
Yeah, I would like to see Leavitt get a contract, but who knows?
It's night and day when it comes to the impact of this fight versus, because they were both aggressive, and it takes two to tango. Like Dominic Cruz said in the last fight night, it takes two fighters to make it exciting, not just one. Just seeing one domination is like, pure domination. Sometimes it just makes you feel so sorry for the opponents, or you're just like, yeah, I don't want to watch this anymore. But then, as you can see, Gonzalez had a brilliant, valiant effort right there. Obviously put his all the kicks, try to close the distance. Obviously a little bit timid when it came to his hands, but that was the weakness and the exposure that Meg need to finish the fight in style. So.
Yeah, incredible performance by him.
I love his attitude too. He just wants to go at it right now. Lot of heart from him. Some emotion, obviously. So, talking about, obviously his kicks and the performance.
Yeah.
And talking about how he respected Gonzalez's spinning wheel kick.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was incredible. It was like as good as it can get, but that's not everything when it comes to striking. You can't just rely on your kicks when it's MMA.
Well, with Medic, he even said like it was impressive, but it didn't hold much power to it. As you can see, when Medic kicks, like you can feel the impact just from watching the fight. And this man is gonna go far. You just have to be humble about it. Like I bet you he is humble. You gotta have that personality going into UFC, especially in this era where you're supposed to get noticed. And if he does go to 145, oh man, would I love to see him fight Sean O'Malley. That would be a fun fight for me. Just like I'm gonna hate myself because one of them is gonna lose. But
at 145.
Well, Sean, if he decides, it depends because like I feel like this. Minik would be the one to call out certain fighters, and like Sean is like gonna be answering because Sean always does online.
I don't know. I think Sean is just on a different level when it comes to striking than this guy.
It's only the beginning for him though.
Yeah.
And also, if you see Sugar Sean's performance in Dana White's Contender Series, it was my least favorite performance from him. He had clearly got better as time progressed in the UFC. And before the Dana White's Contender Series for him, he had a lot of people, there's a lot of eyeballs on him, a lot of people viewing him, expecting more from him, but he fought the careful fight.
Yeah, so up next we got the last fight of the night, Flores versus Jacoby. And Jacoby is the minus 270 favorite. Record of 11-5, and Ty Flores has a 7-2 record.
8 KOs? Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. 11-5. Now, I will say this, and if I'm correct, and I'm just gonna look at all of these. Okay. So, funny enough, if the fight goes to ground, Flores has the edge because in terms of the losses that Dustin had before, two of them were submissions. If it goes to decision, Flores has the edge as well. So if it goes standing up, obviously Jacoby's gonna finish him. I already know that. His loss, when I talk about Flores, his loss was obviously two of them were from KOs. So if you have that power, I would never count out someone who has that knockout power for sure. So I'm not surprised that he's the favorite going into it. And for people that doubt, like, oh, you just have knockout power. I'm like, no, he has a few. He's won by submission. He clearly, because of his knockout power, is dominant in stopping the fight in his favor and in the tracks of his opponents. I think it's so important to realize that knockout power is like how you don't count out Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. You just don't do it because it's like you just expect these fighters to finish the fight with their hands. That's all I gotta say about that. We have power rankings right now from Paul Felder. Obviously, Medic number 1, number 2, Leave It, and number 3, Rivera. No freaking surprise there. Same for me. See, I would not be a good commentator. Like, I would be so mean.
Oh God, you would.
You know, can't I just be like the boss? It'd be Dana White. Okay, I would be a good boss and be like, yeah, no, not good enough for me. Not good enough for me. Maybe good enough, but I'll call you up later. Like, that's exactly what Dana White is right now. Light heavyweight belt. Oh, we got the juggernauts right now. That's right.
Yeah, the thick boys coming out.
Yep. Jacoby, he definitely, both of them went up. They're both middleweights, usually. Flores is fighting out of, I'm not surprised at this, Denver, Colorado from Elevation Fight Team, which a lot of people obviously know about. Dustin Jacoby is fighting out of Finney's Hit Squad in Illinois. Okay. Aaronsville, Illinois. That's right. Chicago boy right here. And when it comes to Jacoby, his last fights, obviously he lost to John Selter. Before that, his last victory was Cody East in SEL 72, King of Sparta Heavyweight Series, and that was a unanimous decision. He also lost to Mohamed Laval at Bellator. It's funny, he's coming back. Bellator 123. He lost via TKO. Won before by TKO and split. So obviously there's a lot of inconsistencies I see. But when he finishes in style. And that's what many people are probably betting on right now.
Yeah.
Tai Flores. Amazing. A lot of submission wins, but one decision as of late, and TKO finish the second round. And Shamrock FC, which I know personally, love that organization as well. So that was last year in May. Okay, you got what, 6'2", 6'4". All right, you got that 2-inch height advantage, and I want to see the reach right here. Can't wait to see tape. Yep.
Out of all the fights so far, which one was your favorite?
What do you think? Like, it's pretty obvious.
Well, the second fight, you were like, after the first round, you were pretty hyped about it, but this one was obviously a good fight as well. So I don't know.
You know what? I had to think about this because I like aspects of both fights, like the second and third fight. So in the second fight, I love me a comeback. I love me a great underdog story. Someone who just, because I personally in my life, when someone says, you know, oh yeah, you can't do that, and then you just go ahead and reverse their decision, it's just like, that's one of the best feelings in the world. So I love that from Rodriguez. A lot of heart, a lot of fight, calm as can be. And he obviously like showed everybody that he had the skills. He just needed a little bit of a push to get more aggressive and not be so timid, because like you do not underestimate that left hook, okay? Like, literally do not do that. So that was the problem. And I just feel like with more experience, some confidence, maybe like I said, developmental in the UFC, maybe Dana White's gonna call him up to do developmental, or maybe, especially with COVID going on, I'm not surprised if both these fighters end up fighting each other again, because it's like literally COVID has been kicking UFC's ass when it comes to these fight cards. Going from 15 to 8, yeah, that's not cool whatsoever. So I think that I really like that fight, technical wise, like, which is one of my favorite things to watch out for, and a good comeback story. But then Medic was just like pure domination, just like in terms of like he was an overall better fighter, and it's not just because of his reach. He used that to his advantage, and that was the whole point. So you have a fight where I was like, you have all these tools, but you're not like capitalizing on them. Then you have a fight where like you capitalized on it using all your advantages, right? So Who do I like? I mean, like Medic. That I could watch that replay over and over again. Like those impacts, like the striking for him. Obviously, just following up is just like pure textbook in my opinion. So it's kind of like
Mhm.
if Medic was mentoring Rodriguez. Oh man, would both of them be scary together? That's what I mean. Like what I think about the two fights. It's tough because like Medic, like that's what you have to do. Okay, anybody who wants to obviously compete one day in Dana White's Contender Series, I'm telling you right now, you gotta pull off a Medic. That's for sure. And I even said, Medic, you better pull off a clinic, and he totally did. You know, strikes alone, knockdown power, obviously, knockout power, perhaps, depending on where he's going to go in the division. If he goes to featherweight, by the way, these men were welterweights, and they went to lightweight, and then now Medic is saying that before he is thinking about going to featherweight, so maybe that knockout power might actually prove really strong in that division.
Yeah.
Who do you think is your favorite fight right now out of all these three fights so far?
I would say the second one, the flyweights. Mm-hmm.
That was a lot. That was a lot of action. It was entertaining to see Rodriguez get out of those attempts and reverse them. I mean, that's just like that's the goal right there. I mean, when I saw that, I was just like, so good. Do you know how hard it is to do that? I mean, like anybody who goes and watches UFC and MMA in general, like they would know that for a fact. And people that obviously train BJJ, you would know that even more so. So this man was ready for it. Alistair Overeem with Ubereem thoughts and wishes for his buddy. That's right, Ty Flores. So I was like, that was random. I just saw Overeem's face right there.
So
Okay,
Ty's on
Flores.
a 5-fight win streak, 3 by submission, finished 4 of last 5.
You never
Well,
know. The underdog might
yeah,
strike
he's got to.
again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so far the favorites have been winning, but like honestly, Rodriguez had that chance, and like I'm kind of pissed about that. If I was like his cousin, I would like smack him over the head and be like, "Boy, come on!" Like if he watches that back, like he would just beat himself up. Like you know what I mean? And like, don't beat yourself up. Go and improve, and you'll be back in the UFC. Trust me, I do not see the last of him. And I hope that UFC does not let go of him either, because that's a rare talent right there, especially in flyweight. 6'3", both of them. Okay, I guess that was it. And reach advantage goes to Jacoby. Obviously, 6 years, the veteran to him. And 204, 203 each, so that's quite the light heavyweight bout. Okay, here we go.
All right, here we go.
I said here we go. I'm kidding. Love you.
Love me more. I'm kidding. Love me more.
All right. Great striking so far, Jacoby. That jab, seeing that right now. Inside leg kick, obviously Flores trying to take him down.
Oh, massive knee by Jacoby.
Whoa, strikes galore.
Yeah, you're really seeing the striking from him right now.
Am I crazy, or from the back and how he strikes reminds me of Dan Henderson. Hendo, I see you a little bit going on right here. I mean, Jacoby's just obviously faster. You know, obviously the aggressor, he has more of the experience going on to this. Flores just waiting for his opportunity to take him down, because clearly that's what the game plan is. That was a knee attempt, didn't really land. The uppercut, I'm not sure if it really made a difference. It's just like because they both have quite the chin on them.
There's a huge gap in the striking between these two men.
Well, because one of them wants to take them down, another one doesn't. Well, the one that should not be taunting is the one that's losing this fight right now. Ty Flores, not bad on the striking, fine. You landed one jab. Okay. Great kicks, like obviously Jacoby just persistent. I believe if he keeps doing this is his time in the UFC. We need more light heavyweights like this, okay?
Yeah.
Just add to the collection of Reyes's, Santos, obviously, Jan Blachowicz. Those
beautiful
leg
jab by
kicks, you can hear them.
Yeah.
You can hear them though from Flores, though. Those are no joke. I love seeing Jacoby striking.
Massive hook by Jacoby. While he's putting on a clinic. Oh my god. He's just toying with him.
And keep going. Oh yeah, he has him, and then there you go. You see that level change.
Oh, and Jacoby might have a Dars.
See, I have to understand these terminologies from you. I understand how it looks like. I just don't know, like how to get there and like how you understand that like right away, and I can't.
Massive elbows. What? Flores is taking a beating right now.
Now, the question is, will his chin hold up, and will the cardio of Jacoby subside? I think that Jacoby, it's a slow death, okay, for Flores. Definitely a slow death. You got 2 minutes left in that first round. Don't lose that gas tank. Pick your shots. That jab is beautiful. Outside leg kick from Flores. Flores trying to move forward. A few body shots. Not much.
Jacoby reminds me of Nick Diaz for some reason with the way he holds his hand.
I see Hendo when he strikes. I don't know why. It's initially because he kind of looks like Hendo from the back. You could just tell. Jacoby is just like his eyes are on the prize. He's moving forward. He's like I'm really impressed by this. Like I said, I want more light heavyweights like this. Not saying that I want someone to dethrone John Jones. Just saying that I love this kind of style for light heavyweights.
Yeah, Flores' takedowns are just failing.
Knee attempt. Elbows are deadly. I love his elbows. And another one. I'm just.
Wow.
There's like these 5 elbows right there. Flores, though, tough as bricks, still standing.
He's taking all those shots.
That might serve him very well. Now, he is obviously a little tired, but he still has a gas tank. So one mistake from Jacoby, which doesn't look like it with all those strikes, but one mistake by him, and this whole fight could turn upside down for him. This is where I feel like a lot of casuals and amateurs, like I understand, you see someone getting beat up that much, you think it's all over. Trust me when we say I've seen so many fights where the underdog always comes back, and because he knows how to finish, kind of thing. So you have to really just keep watching. If you even turn off that TV or that laptop or that phone, you might miss a really great comeback. So not counting Flores out whatsoever.
Beautiful jab by Jacoby. I don't know if Flores can take a beating like this for the next 2 rounds.
Also, my Unwrapped Sports people, if I say Jacoby, I'm not talking about Jacoby Brissett, okay? We ain't talking about NFL right now. Because that's what we call him. This is Jacoby all the time. So it's like, for Dustin, Jacoby, great knee, textbook. Like I said, I want to see if his cardio is going to hold up. Because you know how it is for light heavyweights and heavyweights. We've seen a lot of them gas out after the first round.
Yeah.
Somebody's breathing a little heavy. Not a terrible sign, but not a great sign. Some people are like, what does that have to do with it? I'm like, look, just keep looking. we should have recorded our bet for all the people. This is the lesson y'all have to learn. Okay, you have to look at the little things right here. Obviously, textbook striking. Just that's how you do it. Like backing up to the cage, and those elbows are probably my favorite thing from Jacoby. But you can.
You're my favorite thing.
You're my favorite thing. How do we get this we went all violent and then we got all sweet? Here's my thing. You can just tell somebody had more experience, okay?
Yeah.
Someone who fought in Bellator before, and some of the best promotions that I was personally just proud to know. Some of the owners. So there's just a lot of experience here. Let me see. Is he going to slow down a little bit, in this round? Because sometimes you just have to, because you don't want to blow that gas tank.
All right, here we go.
Am I going to be right? Feeling each other out. Jacoby letting Flores do what he has to do in order for him to pick his shots.
Yeah, Flores doesn't look like he's tired at all.
No, that's what I'm saying. He has a full gas tank left.
Yeah, he's moving just like he did in the first round.
He needs to. His striking, obviously, like you said, 3 times lesser than. Jacoby has to watch out for those elbows to the head. By the way, body shots again. When you get pinned against the cage, man, you just have no shot against this man. Flores' chin reminds me of freaking Cachero's chin, but this is light heavyweight, by the way. Light heavyweight.
Massive knee by Jacoby. I don't know how Flores is taking that.
he clearly bandaged his head 1,000 times for this whole like fight. Great elbows again.
Wow.
Okay, be careful. Like, you don't want no disqualification. And no, I know what I'm talking about. There's all these disqualifications in UFC right now. So look at Flores obviously trying to get that takedown, that single leg. But Jacoby's staying busy. If he gets this takedown, I'll be like, you are a Superman, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like that is ridiculous. I want to see the significant strikes, okay? I want to see the body like strikes all over. He's being really patient though. You have about three and a half minutes left in the second round. This is go time. This is when you go and shine, okay? And if he gets him to the ground, I would love to see how this is going to go. But obviously, great takedown defense in a way by Jacoby. And there is a little stoppage so Jacoby can get his mouth guard back. And now we're back. You got the Passion of Christ right here. Versus Hendo Nate Diaz mix right here. All
Yeah,
right.
Jacoby does kind of look like he's breathing a little heavy.
Flores, he's gonna be smart about it. Here's my thing: he's just eating those shots, and that's what's really bothering me. But in kind of a good way, and kind of a really bad way. He obviously when he gets backed up the cage, you just have to go for that clinch or something. I understand it's different when you're in the octagon, but that's literally what you have to do. It's the only way you're gonna have a chance at this. Dropped him.
Flores is bloodied up. I don't understand how he hasn't fallen yet. He stayed on his feet the entire fight.
This man is a cyborg. Okay, clearly, he ain't going down, even if you rip off that skin. Oh, I see something. Jacoby, you're getting tired.
He's slowing down a lot.
You're getting tired. Like I said,
he's really tired.
Maybe I should have made that preview before,
Flores. But Flores is tired too. Why he's still landing? Oh, Flores is gonna fall soon. Oh, there he goes.
There you go. Going down. But now you're on the ground. But then he has his back. Jacoby has Flores' back. Just total carnage. Elbows, strikes to the back of the head. I mean, I just think it might be a little too late for Flores. He had his opportunities, but he just got so much damage brought to him.
Yeah.
And but Jacoby, man, maybe you just did enough because you're slowing down too. That's why I said when he kept going at him, the first thing I said on the stream was I want to see his cardio, because in UFC that will not hold up. Okay, there have been light heavyweights that do retain their energy. Thiago Santos is one of my favorites to talk about. Before, he used to gas out like crazy, and then all of a sudden he knew how to retain it. Obviously, Dominic Reyes, he's not going to stand a chance against him with that. Nah.
Nope.
Okay, not with the way you're going to go at him. And Dominic Reyes is a smarter fighter, in my opinion. Love you, Thiago, but nah. Dominic Reyes is a smarter fighter. And so, I think that I'm trying to do a whole poll where what matters most in a fight game? Fight IQ, cardio, obviously versatility, technique. I personally think the most important is probably, I want to say fight IQ. Be the best fighter technically, but if you make one or two small mistakes within there, that whole fight is going to turn upside down and you're going to lose that opportunity. So that was a great knee, by the way, for Tai Flores. Okay, he's still in this. Another knee. Jacoby, obviously tired. Back clinch.
Nice knee by Flores.
Oh, this man's fighting back, and we, my friend, have one round to go, and now this gets really interesting. But I'm telling you, I feel like I predict these things. I just look at the breathing. People think that's so stupid. No, it's not. Okay, look what's happening right now. I wonder if he's going to get tired. I wonder if he's going to slow down. I'm sorry to be a little bit braggy right now, but literally, see, if you have a great chin, a great fight IQ, I don't know what the hell he's made out of, because he's opened up, but he's not broken. If that makes sense. That's what Tai Flores looks like right now to me. And buddy, you have a fighting chance in hell. Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, this man just unloaded his gas tank throughout the first round, which was fun to see. But then I was just this is fun, but there's something's gotta give for that. Something's got to give for all those strikes and all those elbows. Like, if anyone wants to try to attempt that, you will get tired. Like, way more than these fighters, way more than 5 minutes. And all right, so Ty Flores, I want to make a little joke. You kind of look like Luke Rockhold. Look at what I'm sorry, but clearly you don't fight like Luke Rockhold, so like you a little better. Obviously, Flores like still tired, heavy-footed, but going forward with 2 overhands. So you still right. Okay, he needs to keep following it up, because if he gives Jacoby a reason to back him up on the cage again, you already know what's going to happen. You have to keep pushing forward and then get the takedown and do what you do best. Don't wait for him. Mm-hmm. Don't wait for him. You gotta keep you have to keep busy. And then once you wear someone down like that, a few punches, strikes here and there, keep moving forward, then the takedown. Like, that's like what fundamentals when it comes to certain fighters. Babe, I think I'm doing a good job. I like doing these Contender Series ones. Can we do it again? I feel like I do the best commentary.
Yeah, you're like super critical. Like, yeah.
Super. I know the first thing you say was super critical. I'm like, here's what you have to do. Great jab. Popped his head open. Okay, Flores, you got the clinch. You got to finish that job. I'm kind of rooting for the underdog right now, because I hate people that gas out. I literally do. Okay, Claudio Gadelha, I'm sorry, you talented, but you gas out all the time. I've seen you gas out live 2 times. And why is my stream lagging? Like, all of a sudden? Really? Babe, what's happening?
Well, right now he's got him up against the cage. It's just sort of like a clinch. Flores is throwing some knees, but not much is happening.
Yeah, I have to watch this on my phone, the last round at least.
Yeah, Flores ate some more couple knees.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how he's still standing after all those shots.
Because he's made of gold. That's why. Whatever he's on, whatever diet he's on, sign me up. Because, like, that's gonna make me have, like, this really tough skin, I guess. Alright.
Jacoby's got him down.
Okay.
He's got himself like a headlock position. Yeah, Flores tried to escape that position, but he used the wrong technique. He's supposed to wrap around the elbow. I think he got confused. He's probably rocked and a little bit out of it.
Probably? Like the entire time he was rocked, and the entire time he was a little bit out of it and breathing heavy and taking a lot of damage, especially to the head, which is probably the most dangerous spot. Alright. I'm going to be logging in very soon to catch the end of this fight. If there wasn't an end of the fight already.
No, there's 2 minutes left.
Okay, see, I did not miss a thing.
Not a thing.
Not a thing? Okay. Let's see. Play. Okay, perfect.
There we go.
That was Flores's mistake, because I don't think that he's as versed when it comes to countering and timing when it comes to those takedowns. Because he knows what he's doing, okay? But and he can definitely take a punch or 2 or 20, but at the end of the day, it's more about you have to seize those opportunities. Now, the only person that did that, well, actually, no, I the 2 fighters that did that was Jordan Leavitt and obviously Uros Mitic, who is probably my new favorite prospect, because I would love to see more of that going up. He has his back. Flores has his back. Takedown was there, so I'll count that for sure. You have 1 minute left to pull off a submission. Try to get that hook in, single leg. Come on. But nope. Not Flores. Jacoby is probably as stubborn as I am right now. Like, no, I'm not gonna budge. Flores pretty much hugging him, like, like, well, you gotta work now. You gotta stay busy.
Yeah, right now they're just holding each other. I don't know if that's a good way to finish this fight.
Oh, it's not, but Man, I can't even imagine how tired Flores is. And those shots add up. And he looks invincible, but I'm telling you, you look at the replays, it's adding up right now. You know, his moves are so heavy handed. You know, does it impact? Sure, but you have 15 seconds left to make your mark in the UFC. And it looks like maybe none of these fighters are going to get a contract.
Yeah, Herbie had to step in and sort of break them apart to get the action going. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
probably a
Dana
really
is
bad
always
sign.
been like, really? Really? Like, that's what he's gonna be. Someone who gasses out
Mhm.
is somebody who clearly just stood there, because that's what Dana would say. Like, you know, I'm trying to like emulate him right now. Well, the main event, I wish I should have seen what's called Devontae fight first, you know, versus Kenny, but you know, it's what happens when you lose weight and you miss it, and during COVID.
Yeah.
I believe who is going to get a contract. I think that for sure Mick is it's already a done deal at this point. He's getting that contract, and then you have leave it like I think that he can get the contract. I don't like sometimes Dana White is generous with that, but sometimes he'll be like developmental. And that's not a bad move whatsoever. You know, like obviously he knows what he's doing BJJ wise, but I would love to see him improve in other areas, and he's going to be unstoppable after that.
Hmm.
Speaking of which, I pretty much said that because Rivera is a mastermind at BJJ, and those limbs definitely don't hurt at all when it comes to the advantage that he has over his opponents. He had a 4-inch height advantage. Obviously, that reach advantage was there. I think it was about seven, 7 or 8 inch reach advantage. However, he honestly, for a lot of the fight, was losing because his opponent, Lazy Boy Luis Rodriguez, was showing us that he can withstand all the takedowns and that he has a mean left hook, but it wasn't good enough because he didn't, you know, jump at those opportunities. He literally didn't jump at his throat. That's what he should have done. Okay, he should have pressed forward as the shorter man. Like, there's no actual like shortcut to that. You either have to somehow be fast enough to take him down, or you have to close distance and take him down, because that's usually what happens. Look at what Alexander Volkanovski's done. You know, literally him closing the distance against Max Holloway was probably the controversial, you know, part of that whole fight, which a lot of people are saying, yeah, okay, maybe he did win because of the fact that he had to do what he had to do to get the job done. And of course, Jacoby won. No surprise there. Let's see how nice Dana White is, because I'm not nice. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, he's going up right now.
Yep. He's like,
Well, we know for sure one guy's getting a contract. No,
like,
it just
like
depends on.
medic, like, get over here, man, get over here, like that. Who makes it to the UFC? Who do you
My
think is
volume up.
me or Dana White? Like, when it comes to this, I feel like we're tied. I'm not taking anybody and just any like other promotions have all those people. You know, other promotions like honestly could have Jacoby, could have Rivera. I don't freaking need him. I would literally be impressed if Dana like eventually calls up Rodriguez. Like, you know, I just think that fighter has so much potential, and I don't want to lose him to Bellator, because that man will go far in Bellator, but he's not going to be fighting the best competition. That's the thing. He's not going to be fighting the best competition.
Does
And
Bellator have a flyweight division?
yeah, man. You didn't know that? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Sorry.
Yeah, man.
It's
My name is
it's
Man.
definitely not.
I.
No, I'm sorry. I always say that in college. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Anyways, UFC is like they for flyweights. Besides obviously one. Besides obviously Horizon. You know, there's literally like just that's the only promotion that has like the flyweights on blast right now. LFA as well. Pretty sure. I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, it's kind of pointless a little bit.
What was your biggest disappointment like in this? Because this is your first Contender Series, like what a show, babe. So I obviously gotta ask you, as you lost your Contender Series virginity tonight. So what do you think about the experience?
I can say I left satisfied, and it was
That's good.
it was Well, I mean, I think it was pretty good fights overall. I mean, like you said that, looking at the previous seasons, which I haven't seen, you said like there was a lot more competition back then or something like that. So, um, I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Um, yeah, some of the fighters could have made better decisions, and
Stepped
I
up.
guess a
He
little
did
bit.
step
Yeah,
up to the plate. That's what
yeah,
it is at the end of the day. But here's the thing: I will never ever like talk bad about a fighter in terms of like they can't fight, because they can. It's just that when you're in the octagon, like I said, it's a different story. I can't imagine how that feels like, and those decisions that you, or the game plan that you had coming into it, just goes out the window. Like look what happened with Ty Flores. Sure, he had a
yeah,
game plan. I'm sure Rivera had a game plan too, but like obviously he adapted a little bit better than Flores. And in terms of Jordan Levitt, I'm sorry, but it's hard for me to to acknowledge that first fight now, because I see these other fights, and like
hmm
they obviously have more components that I personally would like if I was to find fighters in that division. Now, don't get me wrong, I love me some BJJ, so maybe I would grant leave it the contract. It's just that following up on that, those other two fights in the middle definitely followed up and definitely just blew that first fight, in my opinion, out of the water, only because, like I said, it takes two to tango, and that
yeah,
first fight was obviously dominant, but there's not much action until like the very end. Yeah.
yeah,
So look at those replays. Obviously, Medic, those sidekicks not doing much to him. Obviously that height advantage serves well, closing the distance so well. His striking is impeccable. Body shots to the knee. Oh, just following up like what you should do. Straight left knee. Outside leg kicks, ground and pound, body shots. Can't say enough. I just want to see him against obviously the competition in the UFC. I think he'll do well, but hey, this is not the UFC yet, so you gotta see how well he's gonna do, and prevail against
yeah.
actual, competition that's supposed to be the best in the world.
All right. I hear
Let's
you,
see, let's
Dana.
see, let's see. We go. Oh God. See what Dana's gonna say. Dana took 2 minutes for this.
Hmm.
See, Dana was like, "Why would you take this guy down?" Like, see, I told you.
Yeah.
Confident, obviously.
Wow. Levitt got it. Wow, it's incredible.
You're like a little ahead of me, so try not to react. Oh, he disagreed with the judges. Hold on. You have to not react because I'm not watching it. I'll watch it behind. Okay, 11-1, Rodriguez. Yep, none of them got a contract, like I predicted. That was awkward. They showed
Yeah.
Rivera and then Medic
I know,
paused like,
right?
oh.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, did you see his
Oh
face?
yeah. Oh
Woohoo!
yeah.
Alaska represent, Serbia represent. We got ourselves a new lightweight featherweight. Dana's struggling a little bit with the main
Yeah.
event. Do you know, like, when you try to be nice, he's like, yeah, but he's an exciting guy. Like, that's what Dana's saying.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the interviews after this. Okay, talk about
Wow.
a late stoppage, maybe. Another late stoppage for Dean.
Wow.
Oh, he's gonna give him a shot? I think he just needs more light heavyweights. No, I'm
Yeah.
serious. Go look at the rankings right now. Look at all the action. Not much action. Reyes is gone, like, because of the injury. Obviously, Santos was gone for a while because of his leg injury.
Mm-hmm.
I really do like Leavitt's, like, I love his personality, his attitude, obviously. Dance moves aside, great BJJ. I would. Here's my thing. Obviously, I'm a little bit critical, and I know like you're a huge BJJ enthusiast. At the same time, I'm just like that's not always good enough, especially in the lightweight division. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have to be literally just razor sharp on a lot of skills.
Yeah,
He's just like processing the fact that he's in the UFC right now.
pretty
So
much.
congratulations, Jordan Leavitt. I think that Dana's choices, like, I understand the last one for practical business reasons as well. Like this, Jacoby brings in a lot of fans. It's true. Yeah, a lot of people do know him because of the fact that he's fought in multiple promotions.
Mm.
Right? I guess they're cutting it because, like, right now they're also waiting. I'm waiting for Medic's, reaction to the news. I think you're probably a little ahead of me, so maybe I'm just saying things. I was glad that Dana saw the fight the other way. I thought maybe it was like 28, 29, something like that, right? For Rodriguez versus Rivera. There you go, Medic. The biggest smile of life right now. Yeah. Yeah, Dana was a huge fan. Huge fan. I'm a huge fan. For sure. I just hope that he doesn't disappoint. Like, everyone's like, why the hell you gotta be so negative? Like, do you know how many people have one good fight and then all of a sudden, okay, all the time in their record? Freaking Cody Garbrandt like lost it after he won the championship. You already know that. That's a fact, okay? But then towards that, because he was working towards it, he literally had the motivation in the world because he wanted the belt. Obviously wanted to beat Dominic Cruz, right? And then after that, when he had the belt, now obviously that whole rivalry with TJ, I don't know if that's the right motivation to have. You're just supposed to be the one to beat people like TJ, not because you want to beat him, and that's what you're going with. Like his emotions has got the better of him. Now his brain is getting the better of him because he wants to move down to flyweight. We already talked about this. Opportunistic, fine, I give that to you, but you are going to bite your own words. I mark my words on that. I'm telling you, if this happens, which I don't know if it is going to, Dana has a lot to think about. You're just gonna, I don't know. I would love to see Figgy just kind of like plummet his career, but you know how I am. I'm a little harsh when it comes to no love.
Yeah, very harsh.
No love for no love. Okay. I love this KO. That was beauty. I even like right now I'm thinking about it. Like that was amazing. But this is the Cody that I always see. You win the opportunity of a lifetime, and then you go and do something stupid. In my opinion, this is something stupid. Okay? And all the no love fans, tell me how this is not stupid. Tell me in what way you see Cody actually being victorious in all the circumstances and all the different, setbacks that he's going to have, including obviously his weight cut, including the fact that, obviously this is going to be a newer, like, he has to adjust to it. I don't care if you have the knockout power for bantamweight. It doesn't mean you're going to do well against a well-rounded fighter like Biggie. I can't believe I'm ever going to defend this man, but here we are. Change my mind, babe. Change my mind. I already know what you're thinking. I think
it's impossible to change your mind, but like I said,
hold on. Give me a second right now. Okay, no love, Cody. I've always just not liked him. Okay, that was just an overall. Okay, fine.
Don't make me pull up your Instagram right now. I'll pull up your Instagram on the stream right now.
5 years ago, you asshole. Like, seriously.
Never say never. Never say never.
What?
Right?
Point is that lately, which is 5 years in the making, I didn't like Cody for the fact that, I feel like his fight IQ sometimes is questionable, obviously, when it comes to those fights after he won the championships. Honestly, without Team Alpha Male, I don't think he would have won against Dom. That whole camp, like, literally, they have like the whole room dedicated to beating Dom. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's actually like.
Yeah, Dom said it in his podcast. Yeah, that they've literally been studying him because he was the champ for so long. So it was basically Team Alpha Male trying to take out this one guy. So they got Cody when he was super young. So they just kind of bred him to be this Dominic Cruz destroying machine, and that's exactly what he was.
I tell you that. I swear to God, I told you that too.
I told you that first,
No,
and then
no,
yeah.
no, no. Oh, no.
I remember. I remember. No, 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 no. I remember because I listened to the Dominic Cruz podcast before I watched his fight against Cejudo. That's when I saw it because he
No,
said
I
that
listened to
himself.
it too. That's what I
No, but
mean. Like,
I told
I'm
you
pretty sure
that.
I said no. Okay, okay, fine.
I said it. I'm 110% sure that
You
I
got
said it
record
because
everything.
I am the one who is the huge bantamweight fan, obviously. So I'm the one that keeps up with
Hold
all that.
on. I'm
Okay.
a huge bantamweight fan too. I know that's your
No, but
favorite
I'm a
division. You already know I know my
yes.
division.
That is my favorite division. So okay. So no, I'm 1,000% sure that I was the one that told you that.
Okay, you know what? I'll give
I
you this. I'll give you this
give
dub
you
right
what
now. I'll give you
what?
this dub.
Yeah, yeah. You should. Cause no, what do you mean you're giving it to me? It's mine. You didn't give it to me.
I'll give.
I
Well, considering the fact that I'm pretty much always right. Okay, and you even say you think so. I'm gonna give you this
Oh man,
dub.
you're 2-0.
On
I'm like,
technicality. Okay, fine. Go ahead.
no, 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 no. No, if you look at our past like 2 streams, I won on at least each of them. I
Bellator. You know, I'm kidding. But I'm not. You know how I feel about Bellator. But obviously, your victory is a victory at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, when it comes to Cody, it's just, man, like,
when it
I
comes to Cody,
liked him
what?
before because he was consistent. You understand? He was undefeated. That's
Wait,
one of
what'd
the
you
reasons
say?
why I started
Wait,
liking.
you said you never like Cody? You never like Cody? My hashtag
What?
MCM hard eyes kissy
How
face
many
at
years ago
Cody
was
no
that?
love.
You knew
No
that before I was
caption
gonna say.
needed. No caption
Wow,
needed.
man. Wow.
Hard eyes kissy face.
That was 5 years ago. Now,
Totally
me
exposed
and
your
his
shit
wife,
right
we
now.
hate each other. Okay,
Exposed
that's not
you.
even a joke.
I've
Like, for
exposed you right
real.
now. Secretly a Garbrandt fan deep down.
Secretly, how long ago was that? Can you zoom in on the date, please, for me? Because that was like
Doesn't
years ago.
matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Right?
Hey, babe, you're
That's
only doing this just to tease me, but
that's
everybody who
the
knows
face
that,
of a Garbrandt fan right there. Right there.
well, if that's the face of the Garbrandt fan, then that's a good face, okay? That's a, you know what I mean, though, okay? Like Cody, to me, the reason why I liked him before was he was consistent. He was delivering knockouts after knockouts. His power, the fact that he's so agile and fast, like that was the reason why I started to like Cody. And then all of a sudden, everything just plummeted because I knew that when he beat Dom, there was something weird going on. Like obviously, I knew Cody had an ego before, but it's different when you're the
Yeah.
champion. And then especially if you're like he was the breadwinner for Team Alpha Male for a long time. Uriah Faber was not fighting that much either, right? So you gotta think about it. He was everybody was riding on Cody and that gym, okay? And then after that, he just don't know what happened. He lost his way. Like when you win something, your motivation goes away. Conor McGregor, amazing example about that. You win the championship,
Yeah,
oh,
and
it. You win the
he was
championship,
also
you want the
saying that
money fight. Exactly.
mm,
Masvidal as well, like asking for the money fights and stuff like that. He's winning, right? He's getting
mm,
up there in the welterweight division, and now he wanted a money fight before. You know, I think that the motivation changes when these fighters they get to a certain point, and it should never be that way. You should always be hungry. And so that now Cody's saying like, "Oh, I'm reborn again." I'm like, okay, here's the thing: you had an amazing knockout, but it was against the Sun Cell. After that, you're saying that you were gonna implied staying in the bantamweight division, and now all of a sudden, oh, we were correct about the rumors. He wants to go down to flyweight because there's a massive opportunity right there. But that opportunity means that you have to go against Figgy. And at this point, you know, I never liked Figgy, but I always respected his talent. Cody, I respect his talent, but I don't respect his brain at all. Like his decisions in the octagon really question me sometimes. And so I want to see more smart, tactical moves that I'm used to seeing Cody do before. But then, to be fair, before he faced, in a way, Cans. Oh wow, that's a good picture of me, by the way. You know what, Cody? If you're watching this, your wife is probably not gonna be happy about that just because I know she doesn't like me. But the point is that I want to see you, keep doing what you did before. Like you were hungry for the belt. And I think you are, right? Because you still are. That's one of the reasons why you're moving down to flyweight to get that opportunity as well. I want to see more of the Cody that I like. Obviously, his agility and his speed were one of my favorite things. Obviously, the knockout power. But before that, he was facing cans before he faced the elite fighters of bantamweight division. Okay.
Well, Thomas
Yes,
Almeida was a huge prospect at the time, just like him. So that was kind of a prospect versus
but
prospect fight. But
in terms of the level compared to what
you're right.
who he fought before, after that. Sorry, that's what I meant. So like,
Mm.
and Cody, like, you really know he can fight. Like, you beat Dom. But here's the thing: now, without a lot of team alpha male influence, and you have another, like, coaching right there, I want to see, is Cody going to be as patient as he was against a Sun Sao? A Sun Sao, no offense to you, can't compared to like the fighters that Cody should be facing with his reputation and talent. So I just gotta see more. Like, I am not no freaking bandwagon fan, okay? Medic, I've seen his other fights. I obviously want to see more, so I'm scared that he might be a one-hit wonder. You never know. I'm sorry, fans out there, you just never know. This is the UFC. This is the big leagues right now. So you really just gotta prove yourself. And so, Cody, I just want to see you prove yourself. I want to see more patience. I want to see smarter like decisions in the octagon, and stop getting your, like, his head is literally getting the best of him. That's what I hate about him, man. Like, literally, just shut up, okay? Just go ahead and fight. Prove us wrong. Say that you can make flyweight. Say that you can dethrone King Figgy, which is probably almost impossible at flyweight. There's always one person that's more dominant, And if Cody wins against Figgy, if that match ever comes up, Figgy might win the rematch against Cody. Depending, because I don't think that matchup is going to be crazy dominant. I think there's going to be one lucky punch. I think there's going to be a submission in there for Figgy. Like, that's literally what I think of. Now I think about this fight more and more. Sorry, I'm going on a rant. I love the idea of this, and, like, obviously a lot of controversial statements made by Cody, saying like, oh yeah, my weight is ready. I'm like, 20 pounds to go. That's all I gotta say about that.
So now that you finished your 1 hour long hating rant on Cody Garbrandt.
I've been repressing this all time.
Well, I mean, going back to what you said about his motivation, I do remember him saying, like, when he won the belt, when he was champion, that he wanted to retire before he was 30 and that he can't do this forever. So, yeah, there was clear signs that his motivation had dipped once he won the belt, because I do remember him saying that he didn't want to fight forever. He wanted to retire pretty young. So, yeah, you're right about that. And when it comes to I guess, like I said this on the last stream, but what I think he's trying to do is that if he wins the belt at 125, he thinks that that'll, like, warrant him, like, a shortcut to a title shot at 135. I think that's what he's trying to do, because he has shown interest in wanting to fight Peter Yan. I don't, like, in my opinion, like I told you my prediction last time. I think the matchup, I think he would lose against Figgy, not because he's a lesser fighter, but just because of the weight cut. I really don't think that he's gonna be able to make it healthy, because he
Are
already.
you serious right now? You think it's just because the weight cut? No, Figgy is a smarter fighter. He is the more well-rounded fighter. Those two things alone are gonna, like, put Cody in a lot of hot water in that matchup. Like, the fact that I don't trust that he's going to make stupid, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't trust that he's not going to be stupid, especially against Figgy, because he's going to be like, oh, look at this, I'm a bantamweight going down the flyweight. I'm going to snatch this belt, and I'm going to snatch the other belt. Like, that's how Cody comes off to me, So, and I would hope that he's smarter. I hope that he's learned from his past, and the motivation, like you said that he didn't want to fight forever. So how am I supposed to know that this is just not like some midlife crisis? No, for real, though, right? If that's what he said before, how do we not know he's going to change his mind again?
Well, to finish what I was saying was that so, yeah, I think that's what he's trying to do. I think he's trying to, like, get a shortcut to the title shot at bantamweight. Like, I know my prediction is still the same. I think that he would lose just because of weight cut. I mean, if you want to argue, like, who's a better fighter, like, I think Cody's the better striker, in my opinion. I think that, though, like, Figgy, he fought an amazing fight. Obviously, he has a lot of knockouts, but he does have a tendency of holding his hands really low. And against Benavidez, I think that he only looked that good because he was up against someone who had striking that wasn't nearly on his level. So, and when it comes to the grappling, well, that's just my opinion. But when it comes to the grappling, I don't think I think that Cody's grappling isn't anything to I don't know, like downplayed, because if you look at his past fights, his jiu-jitsu has been shown to be pretty good, and his takedown defense. He even took down Dominic Cruz, who's a wrestler. And so I don't know. I don't really see it being.
It's tough for me because I understand where you're coming from. Like that simulation in my head, if I run this 1,000 times, there are obviously some fights that Cody's gonna win. Okay, like in these simulations, and like literally what you said, just because of his striking, he has that knockout power, and then like you said, the weight cut will probably affect that most likely. Like I said, I don't trust him to have a healthy weight cut, as well as like I don't trust him to make smart decisions in the octagon. I trust that he might be more patient, but here's the thing: if he's too patient, like Figgy's just gonna walk all over him, especially on the ground, So, and I think that Figgy's like he's fast too. Might not be as fast as Cody, but on the ground he's definitely fast. He was like how Aljo was fast to get the neck of Corey Sandhagen. That was how fast, in my opinion, Figgy is. Like he works on a deadline. that's why I respect his skill. Right, so I think that personally, part of me is just like I don't want the UFC to make this fight because number one, Cody, you don't deserve it. Okay, that's just fact. I get it. There's an opportunity right there. I get your draw, but clearly, Figgy has his eyes set on some of the past draws in Henry Cejudo and my favorite flyweight of all time, Demetrius, my name is Johnson, and I miss him so much. Couldn't be able to say his name all the time, and it just really depresses me. But at the end of the day, we will see. Honestly, and this is gonna like come as a surprise to many people that know me. The UFC might just need Cody versus Figgy. Now I say that because I was talking to a lot of people that they're fans, but for sure they're not as hardcore as I am. That's fine, but they're huge, UFC fans, especially right now, and they're saying like there's not a lot of cards, that have a lot of like superstar fighters, just ones that are anticipated matchups, and so maybe the UFC might just need Cody versus Figgy. In terms of how much time, I would give it like towards the end of the year, personally, both for Figgy and for Cody to hopefully make a healthy weight cut. That's a maybe. And so I would say as a business move, yeah, make the fight happen. Make it towards the end of the year. You need more fights like that, If you're gonna get back to normal, that's what you have to do. So, yeah. You're looking like cool. You're looking at. Yeah.
So once again, to just finish what I was saying, now that you finished going on your second rant.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, I think, in my opinion, I think that Cody Garbrandt is the better fighter. If they fight at 135, I think Cody wins. If they fight at 125, I think it's questionable because of the weight cut. But then again, I'm biased just because I like Cody a lot, and also that he's a bantamweight. And if he does win, I don't know if he would get a title, if he would get an immediate rematch with Figgy, because depending on how much hype he gets, because he still is Cody Garbrandt, he still is one of the biggest names in the bantamweight division, even though he's coming off losses. If he gets the belt at 125, like if he has enough hype, the UFC would probably just give him a title shot if Aljo already gets it. So I don't think it's not fair. I don't think that as much of a Cody fan as I am, I think that Cody should work his way back up in the ranks. I think that's the right way to do it.
Cody doesn't want to work his way back up. That's the reason. And he thinks that a shortcut with Figgy, that's not a shortcut. That's the freaking, you have to bulldoze your way like past that in order to get a shortcut. And also, I say it's not fair, not just because like, Cody, like you're not working your way back, but Aljo, like for Dana, I'm sorry, Dana, like for you to question that he is not next in line baffles me. It is literally.
I don't understand that at all. It's like, what else does someone have to do to get a title shot?
You get someone's back in like 2 seconds, and then that's not good enough. Like, you know what I mean? And my thing is that if Cody got that title shot before Aljo, we're gonna make a stream, and I'm gonna like usually I don't post a lot of like controversial topics and opinions against Dana White. Obviously I have him as a follower, obviously respect him as a businessman. At the end of the day, though, it's like, how can you question that Aljo's a draw, right? I don't care if Cody's the bigger draw. Aljo's a draw, and Aljo is
And he earned
deadly.
it. Mhm.
Sorry, oh, he earned it,
Yeah.
and so did Yan, right? So that you remember that whole Aldo thing was just like that. I'm like, okay, so Cody and Aldo are on the same boat, really? Maybe. You know, when Cody's coming off a loss, he's like, okay, one win against like, you know, an okay fighter to move down. Just like how Aldo did. Exactly how Aldo did. Now, when Aldo moved down, he had a loss, and then obviously because he's Aldo, he gets the title shot. And so, like, for me, it's like, where's the
Still upset
respect?
about that. Yeah, there's like no respect for those fighters right now.
How do you not respect? Hold on, it's the fact that he doesn't, like, for some reason, either him or the organization as a whole, they're not respecting Aljo. It reminds me of the Demetrius Johnson situation all over again. You know, like, we can go into that. Like, we'll probably go into that if this whole thing actually blows up with Cody.
It might.
No, I know,
It very
and that's
well can.
the scary thing. And I just, like, my brain's like, just kind of like, I am just so dumbfounded at this point. Do rankings even matter anymore? Hell no, not at bantamweight, not at flyweight. Apparently, you know, if this whole thing comes about, I think Cody, for the sake of everything that's right, you gotta wait your turn. Okay,
100%.
I'm sorry. Like, I understand. Like, I understand. Okay, like, from his point of view, I'm opportunistic too. But like, it's just, you know, Aljo, man, like, y'all have not seen his fights, really. He's just been so impressive. He's literally been the best that I've ever seen him. And like, those two, the first two, Aljo versus Yan, like, that was supposed to happen. You know,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
Then Aldo had to come in.
What kind of respect to Morales too? Like, you know, for Aldo to lose, like, to him, and then gets the freaking title shot, and then like Morales has been working his ass off as well, right? So bantamweight is like, it's just, I mean, I think there's just so many draws, and then so that's the reason why maybe the organization is leaning towards certain fights, because who's the bigger draw? It's not who's the better fighter. It's who, you know, who has better ranking. It's who's better draw. Conor gets a fight whenever he wants. Nate Diaz also gets a fight whenever he wants. Masvidal now getting a fight whenever, literally, he wants. And the same thing with Cody, it looks like, if they're leaning towards that. And that's all.
During that timeline, also, like, you know, TJ might be back. Well, he will be back, but it all just depends on what's going to happen with him too, because he could get an immediate title shot, or like, preferably, I would rather see him fight someone like Marlon Moraes, or like even Aljo, or someone at that top caliber.
Definitely just to get Aljo. Aljo needs the title shot. There's no, you know, I'm sorry, like.
Well, like, assuming if like the Aljo and Yan already fight, like, I would want to see him against at least the number one contender before he gets a title shot. But my prediction, my super biased prediction, I think that TJ Dillashaw will be champion again.
He could. I'm just saying the competition is stiff, and he knows it, and you know it, and we all know it.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, because obviously, like I said, we can talk about how crazy the bantamweight division is, but I think we could probably save that for another stream that's closer to when this actually gets announced. Anything that's the next title shot, you know. So, obviously, again, on Saturday, people, we have UFC Fight Night, Lewis versus Oleinik. So if you want to see more fights as well, there's also Bellator. Valley Loretta is back. That's right. August 7th. That's right. Bellator against Graf. I'm pretty sure. I have to analyze that. I'm down to do a stream. I know we're doing like back to back streams, but I think that this Bellator event is important because it's Henderson versus Chandler. So I feel like, babe, we gotta do something.
Is that this weekend?
Yeah, dude, like, yeah, it is. That's what I was just like. This whole week is crazy right now, with the beginning of Contender Series, and then like capping it off with Bellator, and obviously with the Fight Night. Now, I will say this: Bellator, I will never forgive myself for saying this. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. Bellator, you will capitalize this week, because no offense to the UFC Fight Night, it's just, here's my thing. at the end of the day, UFC is still gonna be number one. It's been running since like COVID, right? So already they've established themselves in terms of sports in general to be the number one promotion in general because they were the only ones that were still running. Now Bellator, you have a chance right now this Friday. Now I don't trust that their promotion is that good. So like you know what I mean. So like for me, this promotion for this fight, I'm like I don't see anything. I don't see shit like from Bellator. I only see certain fighters that like I follow, right? And like maybe from
Mhm.
you, but like that's what I mean. Like they have a chance to really capitalize on this event, you know. Oh,
Falling
you
in
should
and
outdo.
out of love, in and out of love with you. Falling
This
in
is just
and out
terrible,
of
man.
love, in and out of love with you. Falling in and
Not
out
a
of
All right,
love,
babe, we
in
gotta
and
finish
love.
out of
before we get flagged. Anyways, that was horrendous.
That was beautiful. That was art. You just don't know art.
I don't know art, really. We're just we're gonna go at it, okay? After
Okay.
the stream.
Okay. We
That's
literally
not
do like every day.
okay. That's not what you think is gonna happen. On the okay, it's not the whole "I'm coming for your ass" like comment from Mr. Alright, but seriously, can we please do a stream for Bellator?
I will let you know. I'll talk to you after because I might be busy, but I'll explain to you right after the stream.
You're gonna be busy and you're gonna miss Cuban herself. Ugh, man, I thought
I'll
I
have
knew
to see.
you.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Dude, I'm glad if you missed that event. Okay, you already know that. Because it's Bellator, and yeah, I'm just looking at it right now to double check to
Okay.
make sure.
Okay.
Yep, Henderson versus Chandler is this weekend. More info, please. I want to see when the main card starts. Prelims at 6:45, 10 p.m. Eastern. Main card, so that's 7 p.m. You know what? If Cody pulls off a win against Figgy or any other bantamweight up there, I will be a little bit of a big fan. I won't be like his biggest fan yet. Okay.
How about if he wins, I'll get you a Cody Garbrandt shirt and you have to wear it on the next stream.
Well, it depends on who he's fighting, right? So like this is only
No,
gonna
but
apply to
if he beats Figgy, yeah. If
no,
he
if
fights
only
Figgy
if
and
that
beats,
fight is yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, fair. As long as it's tasteful, I'm down.
no, you're gonna wear it, even no matter what it looks like.
But I make everything look good, so okay.
That's true. That's true.
Okay,
Okay.
everybody, we're gonna stop the stream right here because it is 10:17 my time Eastern. Even though I don't have to go to work next day, this has been 2 hours in the making for Dana White's Contender Series. Babe, I'm so glad that this number one you got to watch it for the first time, but number two we got to do a stream, and I feel like honestly I'm in my element when it comes to the Contender Series, just because you know how I am. I love looking for
Yeah.
prospects, I love being critical about certain things, and I'm usually right about a lot of what's gonna happen. So
Yeah, you went at it today.
oh, if we're doing this every week, I'm gonna go at it. Okay, for sure.
How many weeks are there? Are there 4? Or
I don't know. I have to like search that up.
I
But I want to see the ladies for sure. Like they're coming up in a couple of weeks, so that's where
cool.
Trace Cortez came from as well. So obviously, like you see, all these fighters are doing pretty well for themselves right now. So, anyways, we will get back to y'all about Bellator. Hopefully we could do a stream on that. Maybe I'll if you're busy, I might do a stream on it myself because I just think it's so important to cover Henderson versus Chandler and also like return of Loretta. So.
Without me. Betrayal.
Did I do a solo one before?
Betrayal.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I did one for the just UFC headlines and stuff like that. I did that and a recap of the fight night.
My heart broken.
Somebody's busy. Oh, you could have just joined in. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't know yet. I'll tell you right after. God.
You have until 7 p.m. Okay, and then like that's only the beginning of the main card too. We got to look at that. Okay, so everybody, thank you for joining our first Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series stream, and we'll see y'all very soon, maybe for Bellator. We're gonna go get it. Bye.
Bye.